Hi! I'm on my way to go in a rowboat. And now I'm walking through the forest. Look how beautiful it is. Yeah, I've left my friends and I'm just going to go for a row on my own. I might get a bit soggy, so I can understand why they didn't want to come. That's where we're going.
Yeah, you right?
Good, thank you. How are you? Guys, I'm on the boat. Look at me go, gang. Look, we're going, guys. It's great. I think I'm better at the rowing machine at the gym. I'm going to spin. Here we go. Here we go. It's beautiful. Look at that. Stunning. You guys are just having your best time. I'm having your best time. This is my third day of making a YouTube video every day. Anyway, decided I'm going to talk about solitude and whether you're an extrovert or an introvert, and either way how spending time on your own is really good for you. I love doing stuff by myself. I always have, to be fair. I've always been quite introverted. I'm an extroverted introvert is what I like to tell people. Like, deep down I love to just be on my own, and I've become more extroverted as I've got older, but more so because not because I've become more extroverted, but I think because I've found my people more. And that has only come from spending time in solitude and spending time on my own enough so that I've found my sort of true self and who I authentically am on my own. And you can't really do that when you're just constantly surrounded by other people. If you've spent your whole life surrounded by other people, who you are is just going to be this character that's like an amalgamation of the perception of everyone that you know. Like, everyone you know has a perception of you, and they've formed a character of who you are in their head, you know, based on what their experience with you is. And when you're around other people, you can't really escape that very easily. It's only when you're on your own that you actually figure out, who am I without all these other people's opinions of who I am. You know, it's like if I was around a bunch of people who knew me as someone who was like going to the pub and drinking all the time, and then I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go on a rowboat and sit in the lake, they'd be like, what? Like, that's not very you. But you know, I do stuff like this all the time, so people like, when I say to my friends, I'm gonna go on the rowboat by myself and just chill on the lake, they're like, yeah, that's totally something Holly would do. But it's crazy how much someone else's perception of you can limit who you think you are and limit what you think you're capable of. If you've got people around you that don't believe in you, like, you're not going to believe in you. Also, when you're on your own, you have time and space to just see who you are, you know? Like, if I was around all of my mates right now, as much fun as it would be, I'd be having a good time, but I wouldn't be like noticing how beautiful it is, really. I mean, I would be, but not in the same way, you know? And I wouldn't be noticing. It's about noticing the things that you notice. Like, my little human Holly, she loves, like, look at this, like things like the ripples in the water from the paddle. And you can just notice the things that you notice, rather than, you know, being preoccupied by what everyone around you's doing and noticing and talking about. You can just sit here and enjoy the perspective of your little human. And it's so nice. I wouldn't know this about myself, you know, if I didn't spend time on my own in nature, I wouldn't know how much I love nature, really. And I was quite a lonely sort of like little kid, really. In the summers and stuff, I was just at home alone, and I just sat in my mum's garden, and I used to collect ladybirds and like collect them all up and put them in one place, and they were all my friends, and I just lay on my trampoline and look at the clouds and try and make shapes out of the clouds. But it meant that I've always been really comfortable, like, in solitude on my own, and it meant that I like noticed things about myself, you know. I noticed that I like ladybirds, and I noticed that I like just sitting and looking at the clouds. And even now as an adult, you know, being in nature on my own, it's like I notice the things that I notice. I notice how I like looking at the ripples in the water, and I like looking at the trees, and I like how I'm in awe of how tall the trees are, and I like listening to the birds, and I like how excited I get when I see the ducks maybe you're an introvert, maybe you're an extrovert. As I said, I think I'm more of an introvert, but I have become more extroverted as I've got to find my people. And you know what, when I say find my people, I've met a lot of new people over the last few years, but also as I've become more authentically myself and gone after all the things I've wanted to do, I've developed a better relationship with people that were already in my life. Like my friends that I'm here with now, some of my best friends from school that I've known literally like nearly my entire life. And my relationship with them is better because I'm more myself now. And you know, when I think about the fact like I didn't feel like at points I had like my soul family around me, and I did at times, but not always. But it was more so that I didn't have my soul self around me. The more I've got better connected with myself, the easier it is for me to connect with anybody and see myself in everyone else. If you go solo traveling, you meet loads of new people and they have no idea who you are. So you can just be anyone. You can tell them that you're anything and it doesn't matter. And you can just try be whatever person that you think you want to be without people having like a preconceived idea of who you are. And it's very freeing and it really helps you re-identify yourself. I think this video is a bit chaotic. I might go over there and try see the ducks. I feel you, girl. People often ask me if I get scared doing stuff by myself. And you know, when I first got here, I went to go check in at the thing, whatever it's called, where you check in. I went to go check in to get in my boat, and the guy was like, "Oh, is it two of you?" And I was like, "No, just me." But I love doing stuff by myself. It means I can just do what I want. Like, I don't have to rush, don't have to be on anyone else's time frame. And then it means when you do show up with other people, you don't take so much from other people because you're just happy in yourself on your own, and you can then enjoy things around other people, but you're not like attached to them. You're not, you know, sort of taking from them and their energy and trying to get them to help you enjoy the thing, or, you know, you're not relying on other people for your own happiness and enjoyment. You're just vibing, and other people are there vibing with you. You can just share moments, you know, you can share what it is you notice. Like now I know that I like the ripples in the water. I can say to my friends, look how pretty the ripples in the water are, and they'll be like, oh yeah, like that's really nice. And that sounds so basic, but that's how you connect with people. You can't connect with people if you're not connected with yourself. You know, if you don't know that you like the ripples in the water, you can't tell someone that you do, and they can't appreciate it about you as well. So guys, there's some ducks coming towards me. Look at them go! If there's something that you want to do in life, you can't wait for somebody to come and knock on the door and invite you out. You've got to be the person that knocks on your own door and just goes and does it. Because no one's coming, realistically. If you just sat at home waiting for someone to come and make some big change in your life, they're not gonna turn up. It's you. You're the one that does it. I'm done now. I'm gonna go. Bye.